It was a move met by protests when Venice's Art Biennale opened back in May, the return of a Russian pavilion. We can show you images here of Pussy Riot activists protesting at the opening of the giant expo, which runs till November. Organizers say they're preparing to appeal against the European Commission's announced move this week to withdraw a €2 million grant from the Venice Biennale, a move applauded by the EU's top foreign policy chief.
Reducing Russia's capacity to wage war is one thing. Preventing it from being shrugged off as normal is another. The International Olympic Committee's decision to invite Russian athletes back to international competitions is blind to reality. Ministers strongly condemn such decision as it coincides with Russia killing record number of Ukrainian civilians. So it looks like International Olympic Committee is rewarding such attacks. The Commission is ending the funding to Venice Biennale. Culture and support must not become vehicles of whitewashing aggression. It's a long day.
And that brings us to our Spotlight segment. Last month, he became mayor at the ripe old age of 38. Simone Venturini joins us from Venice. Thank you for being with us here on France 24.
Thank you for the invitation.
And congratulations on your election. Let's begin with this controversy. So I know that the city of Venice doesn't run the Biennale. What's your reaction, though?
I think that Europe overreacted to this initiative. I think that art is one thing, politics, war, economics is another. Of course, maybe some people think that allowing Russia to use their pavilion is a mistake. So it's okay. It's okay, it's an opinion, but defound Venice Biennale is quite a political move. So I think it's an overreaction by the European Union, even because after the conflict started, Europe bought gas, oil from Russia, and a lot of countries bought oil and gas until a few months ago. So it's quite a contradiction. So I don't know. Maybe it's an overreaction, in my opinion.
An overreaction, yet you understand people who are shocked that the reinstatement, for instance, of Russia to the Olympics, how this sort of normalization at a time when they're bombing Ukraine nightly.
I am a person that is very concerned about what's happening in Ukraine. I hosted a lot of refugees in Venice while I was a councillor in my city. We put Ukrainian flag on the city council for 2 years. So my opinion is that Russia is the attackers, is the offender, and is quite easy to just say that Russia is guilty of a lot of things. But I think that we can understand the Biennale that try to use art as a bridge to connect Europe to the world. So, okay, maybe some people can think that it's a mistake, okay, but defound Biennale is some sort of overreaction, in my opinion.
And what does €2 million mean for the Biennale?
Well, it's not a big deal because it's some sort of small fund to finance some initiative. Without the fund, Biennale will stop some initiative with schools. It's a pity, but okay, it's manageable.
Now, the big issue for the rest of the world watching Venice is this push you've made to try to tackle over-tourism. There was this €5 day fee. Now they're talking about raising it to 50. Where do things stand right now?
It's not the only measure, the access fee, because we me as a councilman before, as a councillor, I started a lot of initiative. I put a cap on the number of tourists per group in Venice. We stopped the opening of new hotel in 2017. We stopped new bed and breakfast. We are trying to, and we stopped takeaway, sliced pizza, kebab, fried potatoes around the city. And we are tackling the cheap souvenir shop in the most important area. So we did a lot of things to stop the touristification of Venice. The last move is the entry fee, is an important measure. We are, I think, the first city in the world trying to tackle the day tripper. It's not a matter of average tourist, it's day tripper the problem in some area of Venice. So in some days, in some periods, we ask tourists to book their visit into Venice, to communicate us when they will visit the city, and to pay a small fee. We use this money to cover the cost of day tripper, because day tripper bring trashes, they use the city's services, so we need to have also some money to cover the cost. Otherwise, the money of the services it's on the Venetian shoulder, so we need to have some money to lighten the burden on the shoulder of the residents.
And are you raising that then from 5 to 50 euros?
We are asking our government to have a large range of fee, so we are asking for a higher fee. Right now, we can go up to 10 euro. And we are asking to raise this cap, this limits, even to offer to the people who pay the fee some services with the fee. So it's not just a tax. It wants to become a card, a mandatory service card that you need to buy if you want to visit Venice in those days.
A mandatory service card, and what would you like to see as the price?
I think that we can go up to 25, 30 maybe, but it's not the limit. The topic is the system. So we need to enhance the system, to corroborate the system, to make it even more efficient, and to enhance and to discourage in some days day tripper into Venice. So we need to attract a slower kind of tourism, more coherent with our city. It's a fragile city, a unique city. They need respect, and our city needs to be respected by all people that want to visit Venice. A lot of people want to visit Venice, of course, we are happy about that, but not everyone can be there in the same days, in the same hour. So we need to discourage the visit of the day tripper in some days.
All right, so slower tourism, you say. Can people who are on a budget afford this slower tourism, to get a hotel room, to sit in a restaurant, as opposed to coming in and out?
Yes, there is a lot of opportunity around Venice outside the beaten path. So my advice for everyone who wants to visit Venice is to avoid the touristic path, is to avoid the touristic attraction, just get lost around Venice. It's a magic situation, because in some street you have a lot of people, just 50 meters on the right or on the left is a total different city. So get off the beaten path and pick a not overcrowded day. So the access fee is also useful to know which days is a red day in terms of stress and
But for this slower tourism to work, you're also encouraging people to stay the night, for instance, to spend more money in Venice. And if people don't have a big budget, if they don't have a lot of money, Are they welcome in Venice?
There's a lot of opportunities in Venice, not only the 5 stars hotels and not only the 5 stars hotel in San Marco area. So Venice is a big city where we have the islands, we have the mainland, very well connected with the city. So you can pick a lot of different structure, a lot of different hotels, a lot of different Airbnb. So it's not just a wallet issue. So there is services for everyone.
Now, the Guardian newspaper reporting that there could be some protests on Friday. Italy's ambassador, the United States' ambassador to Italy, he's a Texas-born billionaire by the name of Tillman Fertitta. He's due to dock his 117-meter-long super yacht in Venice. This kind of is a throwback, say the protesters, to the wedding of Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez last year. Your thoughts on those protests?
I think that we are a free country, so everyone can express their opinion, even the people who want to protest against the US ambassador. We are living in a strange moment, so maybe we can understand even the moment of difficulties of relation between Europe and USA. But the American ambassador, as any other ambassador, is very welcome in Venice. There is no privilege to him because he will dock the boat just in the part of the city where usually all the yachts can stay. So there is no special privilege, just another boat, big boat, of course, that dock in the part of the city that is reserved to this kind of boat. So no privilege, no special treatment, but we are very welcoming him as any other ambassador in Italy every time.
Venice is a storied city with a long history. What kind of message does it send in the world of diplomacy when the ambassador shows up on a super yacht?
Not only in Venice, he's doing a road trip around Italy, around all the coast of Italy with the boat. So it's not a special visit to Venice. He's doing a road trip around Italy with boat, and he's visiting all the big city around the coast. So Venice is the last stop. And we are happy to host every ambassador because Venice is also a very important city for diplomatic relation and is a bridge that connects the east to the west. During the history, Venice was the connecting point between west and east, and we are still very important as a city to the diplomatic relations. So it's not a big deal a visit of an ambassador in Venice. If the protests
but it's unusual
against the
if it's on a
boat,
super yacht, though.
This is the unusual part, of course, but it's not unusual to have super yacht in a small part of the city where usually the yacht docked. So the unusual thing is that there is an ambassador with the boat, but the two things separate is not unusual.
Simone Venturini, tell us about your first month in office. You were before a city council, so this is nothing new to you, the city politics, but what's it like running Venice?
It's tough. It's tough. You never get bored because you have to manage a big city with that very different part of the city, the island, the mainland, Venice, Lido, the beaches. So a lot of things that are in the same city. You have the eyes of the world around you because everything that happens in Venice spread as a news everywhere. So you need to be very careful when you say something, when you launch some messages. And of course, it's a very hard time job. So you have 16 hours in office around the city. And I'm doing my best, I guess, with my personality, with my experience, and I think that we need to do something in terms of making the city more open to young people, to young students, to young talent. to enhance entrepreneurial initiative in the city. We need to attract new capital to build new jobs, not only in public service sector and tourism, but even in research, IT, biotech, research, software engineering. And we are doing some important projects, even in Lido Island. Lido Island is a big island in Venice, and we are building there a big district for ITs and software engineering. So 700 people will work in that district. And it's a very important message of hope, because Venice is not only an art city, an historical city, is also a very contemporary city where a lot of things are happening right now. When I'm speaking, we are the capital of contemporary art, we are the capital of diplomacy, and we want to be a contemporary city, living and of course, even vibrating. So Venice right now is the most contemporary city in the world.
All right. Said objectively by the mayor himself. Simone Venturini, thank you so much for being with us here on France 24.
Thank you.